recently went into an antique store, and I found something that I thought was very interesting. It was an old bag, and inside the old bag there was a piece of paper and a pair of scissors and these 3 strips of red, white, and blue cloth. Now, I have no idea what the bag was used for. Possibly it was a child's toy in some way, but since the scissors were there, more than likely it was some lady's sewing bag. But whatever it was used for, these items reminded me a little bit about our American history, with the colors and all. We considered July 4th, 1776, the birthday of our nation, because that's the day the Second Continental Congress signed our Declaration of Independence. But you may not know that legend says that in June of 1776, just a few short days before they signed that historic document, that 3 men, George Washington, George Ross, and Robert Morris, met in a Philadelphia upholsterer's shop. And they were there to discuss a flag for our new nation. Now, George Washington suggested a 6-pointed star because he believed a 5-pointed star would be too difficult for the seamstresses to make. Without a word, the seamstress reached into her sewing bag, pulled out a piece of paper. She carefully folded the paper and made a single cut. From that, she unfolded a perfect 5-pointed star. And that's the way it all began, according to Betsy Ross. On June 14th, 1777, just about a year after that historic day when Betsy Ross created that first flag, our Congress adopted our first flag, the Betsy Ross flag. Now, Betsy used those colors that we all know so well, red, white, and blue. That flag was made of 13 stripes representing our first 13 colonies, as well as 13 stars representing those 13 colonies. And that flag looked a little bit like that. It's been 200 years since that part of our history, and today, over 300 million people live in the United States of America. We live with more freedom, liberty, and justice than any other people on earth. We stand united in our love of this great country and the freedom it brings. The men and women of our armed forces pledge to give their lives so that we might maintain those freedoms. We pledge our allegiance to a symbol that says, "Don't tread on me." We began as 13 colonies represented by 13 red and white stripes. We stand today as 50 United States represented by 50 stars on a canton of blue representing a new constellation. Yes, we are proud, and this is our red, white, and blue.